Hi, y'all. So, I just got home from seeing some family that came into town and they wanted to go out. They're celebrating the premiere of their new movie that they just wrote and directed. It's called White Boy Rick, so go see it. But yeah, I haven't seen my family for a while, or my cousins for a while, so it was nice to go see them. And the reason why I'm making this video is something clicked inside of me when I was out, and I don't ever really go out because I don't really drink, and there's really no reason for me to go out unless I'm there for someone's birthday or something. But it just kind of clicked in me that it's, I don't even know how to, I feel like I'm going to say the wrong thing trying to explain myself. I stop myself from doing things, and even though I in the moment think that I have a good reason for stopping myself from doing things, I really just end up being the reason why I'm unhappy. And I find myself kicking myself later saying, why didn't you just try, or why didn't you just do it? And I need to stop doing that. You know, I never used to go out, and then I went out one night and this huge tragedy happened, and it affected a lot of people, and it was a really bad thing. Not something that it was in my control, but it just was one of those things where you go out and stuff happens. And it kind of soured me from wanting to go out. And that was back when I was still married, and I still felt like I had support. And if something happened to me, like, I could call Devin. But now, like, not being married anymore and living out here alone and not having family, like, it feels like if something happens, I'm on my own. There's no one that I'm going to call. There's nobody that I can, like, really reach out to. I have friends, obviously, but in a dire moment, the last thing I would want is to, like, call them and be like, oh my God, this happened to me. But, yeah, I feel like sometimes I talk myself out of things. And in order to be happy, I have to be able to try things and do something different in order to succeed, or to find happiness, or to find acceptance in myself and in my life. I can't just sit still, because obviously I'm not great mentally right now. The depression and anxiety is still going on. So if it's not working how I'm doing it now, I have to change. I have to try other things. And it might include going out. And even though I don't drink and it's not always the funnest thing in the world, I should try, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that kind of clicked on for me today. And if you follow my social media, you'll see that I went for like an hour and then I left. but I went, and that's the purpose. Like, that's what's important, is that I went. So I was really happy to see my cousins, and I was really happy to support them and to see how, you know, amazing they're doing, and all the things that they're, you know, succeeding in, and they're trying, and it's all really working out for them. So I'm really happy for them. Also, in this video, I wanted to ask you, tutorials, makeup tutorials, and all that stuff is great. A lot of people do it. It's a little bit oversaturated in this market, but I will continue to do it if that's what you guys want to see. Like, I was gonna film myself doing this makeup tonight. It's already all blotchy and shit from being out. But I figured, who cares? Because you can find 100 tutorials with this kind of makeup look. So what is it that you guys really want to see from me? Is it more personal things, like 10 super personal facts about me that you don't know? Or do you want to see where I go when I have a really bad panic attack? I've showed it before on my Instagram, but it's been a really long time since I've gone. I could go with my camera and I could show you guys there. Do you want to see videos with friends in it? Do you want to see me and my best friend doing a tag, or her doing my makeup, me doing her makeup? Like, what do you guys care about seeing? Because every time I ask that, people are like, we love your videos, thank you for coming back, but then no one really tells me what they want to see. So all I'm ever gonna ever talk about is life stuff, and I don't know if anybody wants to follow me just strictly for life stuff. Relationship stuff, I'm still figuring all that out day by day. I'm still trying to make sure that whatever relationship I'm in, friendship wise, relationship wise, family wise, that it's not one sided and it's not toxic, and that it is worthy of my effort. Because even though someone can be family, doesn't mean that they are good people or that they're good for you or good in your life. Obviously, people understand that. There's parents who abuse their children, or a father that's an abusive alcoholic, or whatever it may be. So sometimes you have to take yourself out of someone's life, and it sucks because sometimes it's family and it's not always the best. But if you have to distance yourself from someone who's not good in your life, then that's what you need to do for you. Yeah, so my point is that I'm trying to put up my boundaries. And for the first time in my life, I actually have boundaries. Before, I am still very much a people pleaser. I love to make other people happy. And what happens is that I lose myself. I do more than I should. And I end up in a one-way friendship or relationship or situation. And then I end up feeling later on taken advantage of, underappreciated, used, or whatever. And that is something that I need to learn to stop doing. It's something that I do to myself. And there's a lot of selfish people in this world. I've been friends with a lot of selfish people, and I've made excuses for those people and why they're selfish. And I'm like, well, I understand why she's like that, or I understand why he does that. But I love him anyway, only to turn around later on and be the one that's feeling the toxicity. Is that a word? The one that's feeling bad and in a bad situation and left out or used. And then everyone else around me is like, yeah, but you knew that about that person from the beginning. And I'm like, shit, I did. There's a quote that I read one time that said, this lady saved this snake from the side of the road and she nursed it back to health. And when it got healthy, it bit her. And as she was dying, she asked it, why? Why did you bite me? Why did you do this after everything I've done for you? And he said, you knew I was a snake when you rescued me. So I have to see people for their true colors, and I have to stop letting people in my life, not out of loneliness, because I'm not lonely, but out of people pleasing, I guess. I always want to feel like the people around me are happy and that I make them happy. So I overextend myself and I do things that probably get me mentally in a bad place. Like, I barely know you. Your friends are all being shitty. You're crying to me about how it is that your friends aren't throwing you a baby shower and you feel really bad. And what does my dumbass do? I go and I spend $2,000 and I throw you a baby shower, even though I barely know you. That's just how I've always been. And in turn, you get this great baby shower. You might thank me, you might not. And then you go on being friends with those girls and you don't talk to me. And you don't have me in your life. We don't become closer. We don't bond over it. It doesn't open your eyes to like, oh, she's a good person. No, it just gets me used. And it's been a very, it's a pattern, and it's always been a pattern. And I have to stop allowing those kind of people in my life. And that's not a story from anybody in particular. I'm just saying like an example. But there's been very, very many cases like that. Yeah. And in relationships as well. I deserve a guy that's going to treat me right and a guy that's going to know what he has in front of him. Not because of looks by any means, but because I know what I do. When I'm in a relationship, what I give and how much I love and how much of myself I give. I overextend myself every time. And I deserve someone who wants to see me happy, that wakes up and says, what can I do to make that person smile today? What can I do to make Jess happy? She's going through something this week. She's having a rough week. Let me think of something nice. And because that's how I am all the time with my friends, my family, with my whatever. That's how I am. So I deserve that in turn too. And I need to stop telling myself that it's okay if people don't do that for me because they're not built that way or they're not accustomed to doing that. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But then don't keep taking from me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the type of person that gives so that I can receive. That's not what I'm in it for. But I do expect for effort to be made so that the friendship or relationship or family ship or whatever feels equal. My cousin made a comment tonight that he's like, you gotta come to LA. You gotta come see your cousin. You gotta come hang out with us. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit hurt because I have come out. I've spent Christmas with them. Dev and I went out there, we drove out there, and we spent Christmas with them and their friends and their family that we didn't really know. And I've gone out there to tape like reality shows or to do something, and while I was there, made an effort to go see them. I've done it, you know? And when Dev and I were together, I used to cry because birthdays would come around, anniversaries would come around, holidays would come around, and we would invite family to, hey, can you guys come out to Vegas? You know, Jess's birthday, or Devin wanted to surprise me with a birthday or something. I mean, I don't think that was ever the case, but I would reach out and be like, hey, my birthday's coming up, and I'm sure Devin's going to do something, but regardless, come to town. You can stay with me. I've got a 7-bedroom house, like, whatever. And the answers were always, oh, we can't because of this, we couldn't because of that. And then a week later, I would see everyone flew out to Florida, and everyone was together for so-and-so's kid's first fart or first diaper change or whatever. And it's like, shit, why can't anybody ever come to me? Why can't anybody ever do for me? And my cousin Lynette's actually been really good about seeing me and making the effort to see me. And when I went to Philly in July to see her for the first time out there, I had the best time. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that, you know, it's taken me this long to come see her. And now, after she's been here like 2 or 3 times, I'm going back out there again at the end of the month. So where the effort is made, I want to make that effort in return. But yeah, it kind of hurt my feelings when he made the comment, come see us, when they've not come to see me. And even like right now, they're in town, but they've been in town for 12 hours, 13 hours. And I only got to see them for 1 hour because they were doing other things. And that's okay. But yeah, it didn't feel like quality time. I didn't feel like I was able to really connect and bond and do fun things with them. So it's not out of lack of effort. I just want to feel like, the streets go both ways, you know? But I want to find solace in my family and in my really close friends. I want to be able to trust. I don't want to feel like I'm friends with girls that are jealous of me and pretend like they want to see me succeed, but really deep down inside, they're like that bitch. I don't want that. That's catty, immature stuff that I don't care for, and I'm not like that. All of my friends are beautiful and amazing girls, and I would never look at them and say like, oh, she looks better in the dress that she's wearing than I look in my dress. I'd be like, yeah, she's fucking rocking it. Good for her. So I guess for me, I don't understand why other girls are like that. It's hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that other girls are like that because I'm not like that. And again, I'm not trying to make myself sound holier than thou because I have my flaws too. You wanna know a flaw? I just told my best friend the other day, I was like, I'm going through it right now. I'm having a really hard time right now. Just like anybody else, relationships don't work out. And sometimes even though you know they're not healthy or working out, your heart still wants it. And I asked her, I was like, you can come over if you want. I'm just not good company right now. And she's like, I don't care. You know that whenever I come over, we're just sitting on the couch and watching TV. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to be a draining force. I don't want to be a negative thing in your life where every time you're around me, I'm crying or I'm going through a panic attack or going through depression. Like, there's always something going on with me, because right now, the place that I am in my life is transitional. And I've had a transitional period for 2 years now. So I've had to move 3 times. I've had to date someone, break up, date someone, break up, date someone, break up, because it wasn't working out, and then I wanted to give it another shot. It wasn't working out, I wanted to give another shot. And you love that person, so you keep thinking that the right thing to do is to try. But my point is that I've had a lot of changes and a lot of things happen. So it feels like I've been nothing but this anxious, depressed, stressed out person for a while now. And I invited her out tonight. I was like, let's have fun. Let's do something fun. But since neither one of us go out, we were both there for like 15 minutes. We're like, right? We were ready to sleep. We were ready to go home. But I'm glad that I pushed myself to go out and see my cousins and support them and tell them how proud I am of them for, you know, what they've accomplished and what they've been doing. And yeah, so I don't want to be a draining force on my friends. And I crawl into my little shell, and I stay away from people, and I tell everyone like I can't make it to things, and I can't do this and I can't do that because I'm tired or I have something else going on. But really it's just my depression speaking, and my fear of like, if I go out with someone and they see me not in the best light, will they never want to hang out with me again? Will they never want to be around me again? The fear is what keeps me from doing things all the time. Obviously, that's the whole definition of anxiety, is the fear of the unknown and the fear of what might happen. And I feel like I'm justified in my anxiety because I've had a lot of crap happen to me my whole life, but especially the past, 2 or 3 years. And so my body's initial reaction is to panic, because at any moment something can happen, because it has. It's not like an irrational fear. It has happened. So that's all. To sum up this video and to know what to do moving forward, what kind of videos would you like to see? How do you want to see it? Do you want to see it, more playful tone? Is my talking to you guys about my life too depressing, too somber? Is it something that you guys don't want to hear about anymore? Yeah, let me know. I've enjoyed the connections that I've made with a lot of you, and I don't want to push anybody away because of things that I'm going through. So if it means me having to adjust a little bit my tone or my content, I will do that to make you guys happy. And there's my people pleasing again. You see? You see what I'm talking about? So yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys want to see moving forward. I'm sitting on the edge of my tub because this is the only place I really had light to do it. So sorry that it's not aesthetically pleasing, but it is what it is. All right, as usual, I love all of you, and I hope you guys will, continue to watch my videos and comment what you want to see. And if this is your first time watching me, subscribe if you feel like this is something that you can relate to and you want to watch me on my journey of combating depression and anxiety and starting over from divorce and starting over from everything, basically. Brand new, starting fresh. So yeah, love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.